Hello, how are you? My bed is not made today, as you can see, and there's a very good reason for that because I'm finally washing my sheets because I've been lying in bed for 5 days with tonsillitis, which is actually very painful, and so it is a little bit irritated talking to you today, so I'm going to keep this a little bit short, but I wanted to share with you that I am truly grateful for every time that I get sick and for every negative emotion that I have, because all of those are indicators that I am not at my best self and something is off and I'm not aligned with who I am and who I want to be. And so I really see that as a gift, and I see, if I look at where my headspace was at before I got sick last week, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself, and voila, my immune system was compromised and I became ill. And so I'm grateful for that experience, and it kind of said, you don't want to slow down? Well, here, I'm gonna make you slow down. Thank you, body, you're so generous. But the same thing goes for negative emotion, and I heard something last week when I was listening to Esther Hicks, and Abraham had said through her, it was something so powerful, that every negative emotion just means that your perception of the situation is different from your source and your inner being's perception of the situation. And so that difference in who you are and what your inner self actually thinks, and then how you're perceiving the situation, that difference causes that negative emotion. So negative emotion is just that you are not in alignment with yourself, and it's such a beautiful gift. Once you start to be aware of every negative emotion that comes into your mind, you think, oh, where am I off here, and how should I actually be thinking about the situation? Let's say you're upset or frustrated at someone. Sure, that frustration might be warranted. However, if you really look inside and think about, well, that answer might be different for everybody, but I myself could look inside and think, well, what does my source actually feel about this situation? And maybe I feel more compassion and love towards this person. And so that anger or frustration or sadness, whatever that negative emotion is just a disconnect from your inner self. And I thought that was so powerful. And so with every negative emotion, here's the best part, is that we choose to expand or not to expand. Oh, hello, Penelope. She's been so good since I'm sick. It's amazing how animals do that. But it is really, really incredible that knowing when you have those negative emotions, that's your chance to expand. Your body and your inner self and your soul and your inner being want you to grow and learn from the experience. And so that negative emotion is just resistance to growth. How cool is that? That blew my mind when I heard it, because it is really, so now every time I think about, if I have a negative emotion and I'm aware of a negative emotion, I first think to myself, what does my source and my inner being actually think about the situation? And am I going to choose to grow from this situation and change and be better than I was the moment before? And so it's such a beautiful thing that we can expand every day by all of our lessons. And yes, words and reading things is one thing, but actually experiencing those and being aware of our negative emotions is such a powerful gift. And so that's all I have to say today. And I hope that resonates with you, that we can bring more awareness to our negative thoughts and our illnesses and really what's going on up here, because it starts up here and then moves into feelings or vice versa, however you want to say. We're not going to get technical on this, but our feelings about things and those negative emotions, just being aware of those negative emotions and choosing how are we going to react to the situation, how are we going to perceive the situation, and are we going to choose to expand and become the person and the being that we are meant to be. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and that you become the person that you want to be and take on every negative emotion as a challenge to become better and to be the person that you want to be so that you feel good and so that you want to be happy. Because feeling good is my number one goal. And so if you don't feel good, something's up. So a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Much love to you. Thank you.